Alright guys, so starting off the benchmarks, I decided to go from basically least graphics intensive to most graphics intensive. We have Minecraft to start. So this obviously falls under your, I would say, like really basic esports titles, so Minecraft, Roblox, CSGO, some other games like that that are, definitely older and running on older engines. Still look absolutely amazing. We do have the settings all on fabulous, basically maxed out. We have the game running pretty much at its peak without any mods or shaders or anything crazy like that. And I mean, as you can see, we're getting some insane FPS numbers. So really, you could handle some mods and shaders and whatnot on this PC, which would make the game, look even prettier and still maintain absolutely amazing FPS. Next up, we have Fortnite. We are running on Epic view distance but pro settings, meaning we're at 1080p. We're not doing any render downscaling or anything, but we basically have everything turned down all the way. We're on performance mode alpha, which sometimes can be a little bit buggy, but you can see we had a really good experience. We were actually getting close to 200 FPS at times, but we maintained over 100 pretty much the whole entire time. So it just goes to show that this 960 really does still have a lot of life left in it. Fortnite is pretty much your basics esports, and there's a lot of other games that are like Fortnite in terms of their demanding amount on the GPU and CPU that would run absolutely amazing just like this. So overall, I mean, just a really good playable experience. Honestly, better than I thought it would be. Sometimes Fortnite can run kind of weird on some hardware, but I don't know, this i3-10100 paired with the 962 gig just seems to run really well. You could even opt for the 4 gig model. That is one thing you'll see in the next game we play, is that we were totally maxing out VRAM, actually using more than we even had, so it's probably having to borrow it from the actual RAM, which was definitely hurting performance, I would say. But it definitely was fun being able to play Fortnite so well and not have to worry about like massive frame drops or anything. Really no stuttering either. It was really impressive, so really excited about that. And now obviously we had to give Warzone a try, which Warzone is going to be like pretty much your top of the line AAA title type games. We did go all low settings. I think I even put the render resolution down to about 90%, meaning we were still running at 1080p. It was just slightly downscaling inside of the game. We were pretty much all low settings. There really isn't anything more to crank out on this 960 because we do only have the 2 gigs of VRAM, and as you can see in the settings menu, we were basically using more than the allotted VRAM. So because of that, we were only getting around 40 to 60 FPS most of the time. Obviously, depending on where you're at on the map is going to change everything. Now, playing something like Black Ops Cold War, you're definitely going to get better FPS. Here's where I get absolutely mowed down by a guy camping up in a building, but what are you going to do? You'll see that once we go into the Gulag, and we're basically in a little bit more of a closed area that doesn't have a ton of graphics to render, we do get better FPS. And that's going to be true with a lot of games you play. Like Battle Royales, is when you're out in the middle of the open, you're in these huge areas that's having to render in, you're going to get a little bit lower performance. So you can see here we're getting a really nice smooth 60. So if you're just running on a 60 hertz monitor, it runs absolutely great. But as far as like Warzone goes, definitely playable, but you're not going to want to stream it or anything on this, obviously, because that's just going to be pushing it too far at that point. So let's go ahead and wrap this up and get back into the video.